Welcome to Retrocidal's first system and game review. I will be going over games and systems that I pick up, how I get them, the deals I get, if I'm satisfied with the deal, and stuff like that. I've got some music playing in the background from a pretty good game that I'll probably review later on. But here it is, the Sega Master System. I had just unwrapped it. That it came in some cellophane, kind of like these two, because I got all this at the shop, the cellophane stuff. And then I got those games over there, and that 32 times over there, but he didn't give me the wire with it, so it syncs with the console, which I tried to tell him a bunch of times. And you know, he kind of rude, really, when I tried to call him back. And then not only before that, but the Soul Star was missing the game. So yeah. And then another thing, it kind of grinds my gears, as I could say. The Sega Master System, I asked him, is this the one that has the built-in games? And I guess it is not the one that has the built-in games. So I'm a little upset about that. I guess it's I think like they were older ones that were not older, but they had like I think this one says 1986 or something like that. It was built, so I'm looking for like a 1988 or something like that. So I'm kind of upset that it doesn't have the built-in games, because I paid $40 for the system, so I was really hoping about the game. So I'm kind of bummed about that, and then not having that wire, and having the game missing and stuff like that. I know it sucks, right? But what can you do? So basically, I'm just going to kind of go over some of the systems I've picked up real quick here. A little bit of the stuff I have. You can see the Sega Saturn, the Sega CD, and the old Sega Genesis that's in pieces. That's something I'm trying to put together. I've actually taken it completely apart, and I washed it and cleaned it because it was nasty. I mean, it was real bad. I don't think it's probably ever going to work again. In fact, I don't have a plug or anything for it, but maybe one of these days I'm going to throw it back together and plug it in one of these days and see what happens, see if it starts smoking or lights on fire or something. You never know. Or maybe it'll work. You never know. I doubt it, but some of the Genesis games I have for the Genesis. A few more Genesis games down there. I have a couple games for the Sega Master System, which is Choplifter. That's the game I'll be throwing in here. Because I have Afterburner, but I really don't like the Afterburners because it's just like you fly around, blah, 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 bloop, bloop. And, it's just kind of, I don't know, I didn't really like the Afterburner. And the Missile Defense 3D, didn't know you need the gun, and you need some 3D glasses, so I don't know if I'll be trying that anytime soon because I don't have none of that stuff. Then you got Shinobi 3. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but yeah. Vector Man 2, RoboCop vs. Terminator, Sega CD Soul Star, and then when I do get the 32 times up and running it, and I get that sync cable, then I'll have only two games I have are Doom, which I know people say crap, and Star Wars Arcade. I thought Star Wars Arcade might be kind of cool to mess with. And maybe I can pick up some other games and stuff for some of this later on. And then have an old Sega Saturn controller. And so I bought all this little group right here of stuff from this guy, and he can't give me the cable for that. I called him. I was like, "Can you give me the cable?" "Oh no, I'm gonna have to order one like in 2 or 3 weeks." And but he has another 32 times sitting there with the cable. And I said, "Well, can I just bring back this one and you give me the other one?" "Oh no. That doesn't make any sense because when I asked him like 4 times, "Can you, we need the cable," and blah blah blah. So whatever. If they're gonna be like that, then I just won't buy it there because I can get way better deals at the flea market or off of Craigslist, other stuff like that. Another good thing is this is what I picked up off of Craigslist last night. So this is a good buy, I think, compared to where a lot of people want to charge for some of this stuff, which is too much because it is old. You don't know if it works. You could be problems with it. It might not be the right one or whatever. There's a Nintendo. It's not yellow. Got a few cracks on the edges. Not sure why. Probably maybe they bowled with it or something. They were playing one of these games and they decided just to pick it up and bowl it down the stairs. Hopefully not. But I can remember my friends beating the living hell out of their Nintendo, and it would still work. I mean, my friend, he beat his control. He beat it with his controller, and I think he broke his controller. But I mean, the system still worked. And I was like, wow. I think it cracked and stuff. I was pretty impressed. Nowadays, you try to do that and with any of these new systems, and It will not hold up. DuckTales, Capcom. Good game here. Super Mario 3. And everybody knows Super Mario. California Games. Knight Rider. Couple interesting games I got with it that are kind of cool. Some track and field game that I don't know. I'd never probably played anyways. What's it called? Something or other. Yeah. Paperboy. That's another good classic game. I probably had this when I was a kid. City Connections, which I've never heard of. Tetris. Love of people like Tetris. I'm not a big Tetris fan. I like things that go boom. Things that go boom. Captain Skyhawk. Double Dribble. Metroid, the great Metroid original game. I had this when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure this is one of the original games I bought with my Nintendo. So this is one of the games I definitely want. This, Super Mario Brothers 3, and Paperboy are probably my best 3 games to me. And then 2 controllers, power cord, that, and the interesting, crazy third party or whatever type game this is. This is Journey to the Promised Land Exodus. You can see it looks nothing like a Nintendo game, except, well, I guess sort of, but you know what I mean. And so it's like, kind of cool to have. Just different. Never seen these. Never had these as a kid. None of my friends ever had any of these. So then I have another one called Bible Adventures. Yeah. Hardcore game. For the hardcore gamer. Bible Adventures. Anyways, so yeah, I got that with the instruction book. So another cool, weird looking game. And then we'll get back to the Sega Master System real quick. I'm trying to make this review not too terribly long, This is my first review. It's the first time doing my YouTube. This is the first time doing anything with YouTube. It's the first time I've ever done anything online with a video or me talking or anything. So, give me a break. I'm not perfect. I don't have no special effects. I don't have money to do things extra or anything fancy. In fact, I'm using my cell phone now, and I'm just going to upload it straight to my page, and hopefully that works good. So let's go ahead and fire up this Sega Master System. And I'm going to turn this off and hit this. Oh, wait. No built-in game, so I must put in Choplifter. Choplifter. I heard this was a pretty good game for it from, I really can't remember. He's one of those little guys on there doing reviews, and he's kind of that older dude, that older white dude. I guess they're all white dudes. So yeah. So he said this game was kind of cool. And I've never played it. I've never owned a Sega Master System, not even when I was a kid. Huh. And the controller's a little limit. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just do like a basic review of this. I'm just going to hold this up here like this, and you can see kind of what the game is like. The graphics aren't bad for an old game. I know I played it a little bit, just for a few seconds, just to see, because I thought this had the built-in games with it, so I couldn't figure out why the built-in games didn't pop up there, and I was like, somebody called my cell phone, and it ruined my video. So I kind of cheated on this one because I wanted it to be, the first time I unwrapped the system. So I unwrapped the system, someone called me, and I was kind of upset. Because a lot of times I get these calls from Craigslist, from people, because I do stuff on Craigslist. And people are on Craigslist, And here, I'm just going to go ahead and try and play one-handed real quick. Probably impossible, but let's see. I know, okay, up, left. I know that one's that. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is not easy with one hand. Ah, yeah, I crashed right away. So maybe two-handed, and I hold this like this maybe, and then I'm already gonna mess up my video and stop it. So yeah, basically, you know, you got your turn button and real easy controls. And it looks like a nice little game. This is one of those little games that, you know, you could pop in and play if this is the type of stuff you know you like. You know, maybe with this hand I can do better. Huh, I think I finally hit something. So yeah, I'm not doing an in-depth, you know, stage by stage, just kind of giving you a basic idea of how this game... and he shot me down. Dang it. Game over. One-handed gameplay by Retrocidal. I'm sure I can play a little better with two hands, but maybe when I get you know, a better when I get a better camera and something like a little stand or something I can do this from. So that's not too bad. You know, the Sega Master System, 2-player. You know, this one doesn't have the built-in games. Let's slap in Afterburner just for kicks too for a couple seconds while I talk here. Another old game, like arcade game. You know, it's not too bad, I guess. I think I played it when I was a kid for sure, but now, other than just you know, maybe you can see I have an Xbox 360 and a couple other systems. I'll just kind of do a quick glance over: the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and then here is basically my collection that I collected over just a few months. Really, I don't know why I got into it. I just kind of got into this. I like the consoles, the way they're made. Yeah, it kind of brings back, you know, the old days. I think I could have a lot more fun if I had other people to play with, you know, on here. But a lot of my friends were drug addicts and losers, and so I had to let them all go. And now it's like I really don't know too many people that are you know, that are cool or, you know, just into this kind of stuff anymore. You know, I like Battlefield 3 is a really great game for the Xbox, and surprisingly, Gotham City Imposters is a fun little game. And I play like Black Ops and stuff like that. I'm not too big of a gamer. Like when I was a kid, I had, you know, if I was lucky, I had a few games. This is the most games I've ever owned in my life. There's a good stack right here of games. PlayStation 3, we've got a crap load of Sega Dreamcast, Xbox, Sega Saturn, very few GameCube games, which I'm kind of sad because GameCube seems kind of nice, and then very few PlayStation games. You know, there's an old Xbox, PlayStation 2, some boxes. I have a couple boxes, you know, for the collection, and some, you know, the gun and a fishing pole for the old Sega stuff. I like the Sega stuff for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I just like the Underdog or something like that. So this is my first actual display. I bought this off of Craigslist too, so I'll have to figure out something. I was hoping to get something else to put the games on, then just use that for the systems, something like that. I'm trying to make it look a little better. I'm kind of like just a guy. I'm not very good at cleaning and stuff like that, so this is about as good as it's going to get. So this is basically my Sega Master System review. My story on that Nintendo, how I got it, you know, I thought $25, great deal. And then how I got some of this other stuff, like the Sega Master System, which does work. And I had just unwrapped it. Plastic. And here's Afterburner Arcade 4 meg arcade action. Sweet. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a cool game. Not too bad for an 8-bit system. And then in my next review, I plan on going over to the Sega Genesis, and then hopefully after that I can do another review on the Sega Saturn, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, Sega Game Gear, and I'd like to do the Sega stuff and get that out of the way. Sorry if I say a lot of words repeatedly. Like I said, this is my first time ever doing a video. I'm kind of nervous, and you know, it's just different. something different for me to do. And you can see, yeah, the controls work left, right, up, down, fire. Both buttons work. So yeah, I'll probably be giving this a little bit of try. I hope to accumulate a few more games maybe for this. Couple controllers and the light gun, because he didn't give me the light gun or anything. I kind of thought that was weird, you know. If you're going to sell these old, you might as well sell them like what they came with. Like Nintendo came with 2 controllers, and you know, this came with the 2 controllers and the light gun. So I think what it is, he's hoping to get you back, you know, for the rest of the system. Another $5-10 for a controller, another $5-10 for you know, the light gun, and for $40, I think it should have came with it. I'm sorry to complain, but I just had a little problem, so I'm kind of unhappy with this deal that I had to keep driving out to the shop, and then now I have to wait 3 weeks for the Sega 32X to get it working. There's another guy in town that has another shop, and surprisingly, he's not any better. He just really has. I'm surprised he has a shop. You know, I wish I had a little game shop. I'd be good to my customers. If I had wires missing or whatever, you know, I'd try to fix it or give them a free 99-cent game or whatever, you know, just to make them happy for wasting their gas to come out 3 times. I would. That's just in my, you know, in my opinion. And it seems like nowadays all these people that have stores and stuff, and they always treat people like junk, you know, like it doesn't matter if it's game stuff or whatever, you know, they act like they're giving you the stuff, you know. You're not. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be in business. They wouldn't be getting this money, you know. So it just sucks that people have to, you know, treat their customers kind of bad when, you know, you're the one with the money and you're the one buying this stuff. So anyways, maybe we'll see how that works. He said a few weeks. I'll wait. If they call me back and give me that cord, then I'll be happy. Maybe I'll go back and buy something. This I'm a little upset with because it didn't have the built-in games. So on the Sega Genesis, I hope to do some a little review, and then Shinobi 3. As you can see, Shinobi is definitely a cool game. You know, there's a lot of good graphics in it. It's a 16-bit game, and there's just a ton of stuff going on. I thought this was a really good game, and I've only played a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can beat it. I don't know how many stages there are or what, but I'm going to put it on easy and try and beat it. I figure, you know, I'll just put as much time into it. If I can't beat it, then I won't, you know, stress it. I'll just get as far as I can, and then try it again later on. But I thank you for sitting here and watching my review. Hopefully it was a little interesting, and I can show you something that maybe one of these games that you don't have, you want me to do a review on one of these games, or a review on something else. I hope to add more systems to my collection coming. I really would like a TurboGrafx 16. Surprisingly, you know, when I was a kid, I had a TurboGrafx 16, and I kind of was like, I was a little bit happy with it, but I wished I would have had, like, you know, something else, like probably like the Super Nintendo or something, which I don't have one of those. I said you get a TurboGrafx 16, a Super Nintendo. I wouldn't mind getting a Jaguar. I'm just doing a quick look over for the last few seconds here of my video. A Jaguar, you know, you can see the Xbox, and then a Jaguar, and a couple of the other crazy little systems, but I hope I don't have to spend a lot of money on them though. But some of those systems seems like they're getting hard to find. Like the TurboGrafx 16, I'd really enjoy that. If I could find one with a CD and, you know, a couple games, that'd be great. But I actually gave one away for pretty cheap a while back, and I didn't. Before I got into the collecting the systems, I was like, oh, you know, it's just an old system, blah blah blah. And now I want it. It's ironic how stuff like that works, huh? And so I sold it probably for like $25-50 with a bunch of games and the Sega CD, and I'll buy a bunch of stuff. I mean, not the Sega CD, I had a TurboGrafx CD player thing and a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, I wish I would have never got rid of it. So, from Retrocidal, this is my game review for the Sega Master System. The few games I got, the system did work, so I'm happy with that. Next, like I said, in the next episode we'll do the Sega Genesis, and I think I'll do the Sega Genesis and the Sega CD at the same time, because it'll be an opening of a new console, and we'll see how this works, see if it works good. Maybe I can figure out a way to set my phone up better so I can take a little better gameplay video. But I appreciate you watching this. Happy collecting, and I hope you enjoy my video, my first ever video, and have a good day. Thanks, bye.